What's on the drive in Reacher Season 4? The Mystery Explained. Warning: major spoilers for Reacher Season 4. The mysterious flash drive contains highly sensitive government and military information connected to Congressman John Sampson's past and a covert operation in Indonesia. But the drive's importance isn't simply that it contains one incriminating file. It contains evidence that could expose what really happened during a classified operation and potentially destroy Sampson's political career. So, what is actually on the flash drive in Reacher Season 4? This is one of the biggest mysteries introduced in the new season. At first, the drive seems almost insignificant. Anna Merrick dies on a Philadelphia subway. Reacher witnesses her final moments. Almost immediately afterward, people start attacking Reacher because they believe Anna gave him a flash drive. The strange part? Reacher doesn't have it. That simple misunderstanding pulls him into a conspiracy involving the CIA, professional soldiers, a missing man, a powerful congressman, and a decades-old military operation. And by episode 4, we finally have a much clearer idea of what Anna was protecting and why so many people are willing to kill for it. Who was Anna Merrick? Anna initially appears to be an ordinary Pentagon employee, but Reacher quickly realizes that something doesn't add up. She was supposedly working in HR. So, why would people be willing to murder someone over a flash drive connected to her? Why would the CIA become involved? And why was Anna carrying information that appeared to have a much higher security classification than her job would suggest? The answer is that Anna was much more important than she appeared. Reacher eventually discovers that Anna had a level 8 security clearance. That completely changes the investigation. She wasn't simply an ordinary HR worker who accidentally stumbled across classified information. She had access to sensitive material, and she had apparently decided that some of that information needed to get out. What is the information about? The drive is connected to Congressman John Sampson's military past. Before becoming a politician, Sampson served in Delta Force. And during his military career, he was involved in a classified operation in Indonesia during the 1990s. That's where the conspiracy becomes much darker. Lila Hoth initially tells Reacher that Sampson is her biological father, but that story eventually collapses. Lila admits that she's actually an investigative journalist. She's been investigating allegations involving Sampson's military activities in Indonesia. According to Lila, Sampson and others were connected to violent operations involving Indonesian forces that allegedly resulted in civilians being killed. And the flash drive could contain the evidence necessary to prove it. Why is Sampson so important? Sampson isn't just a former soldier anymore. He's a powerful congressman with presidential ambitions. That means the information on the drive could potentially destroy his political career. If the files prove that Sampson participated in or helped facilitate atrocities during the Indonesia operation, the consequences could be enormous. And that's why the drive becomes so dangerous. It's not simply evidence of an old military operation. It could become evidence of a political scandal at the highest level. That's also why Reacher initially suspects Sampson himself. But there's a problem. Sampson appears genuinely surprised by what Reacher is telling him. And when Reacher confronts him about the Indonesia allegations, Sampson denies torturing or killing civilians. He also provides his DNA when Reacher raises Lila's claim that he's her biological father. Eventually, Reacher begins to believe that Sampson isn't the person controlling the conspiracy. So who is? That's where the mystery gets much bigger. What was Anna trying to do with the drive? Anna appears to have been trying to get the information into the hands of someone who could expose it. And that person was connected to Lila Hoth. The problem is that Anna never gets the opportunity to complete the transfer. She dies on the subway. That's why the drive disappears. And everyone immediately starts searching for it. The CIA wants it. The mysterious mercenary group wants it. Lila wants it. Reacher wants to find it. And the people behind the conspiracy want to make sure it never becomes public. Prime Video's official description of the season confirms that the mystery revolves around a missing flash drive containing secrets worth killing for. Why does everyone think Reacher has it? This is one of the cleverest parts of the setup. Reacher is the last person known to have interacted with Anna before she dies. So the people hunting the drive assume that Anna must have handed it to him. But she didn't. Reacher doesn't have the real drive. That means someone has made a critical mistake. And Reacher uses that mistake to his advantage. He even buys a cheap flash drive from an art student so he can pretend he has the real thing. That allows him to draw out the people searching for it. But it also makes him a much bigger target. Because now everyone believes Reacher is holding the evidence. What's actually on it? This is where it's important to separate what the show has confirmed from what characters merely suspect. The drive contains top-secret information related to the military operation and the allegations surrounding Samson's past. By episode 4, the investigation reveals that Anna was working with analog files marked for destruction, and one of those files may contain the critical information connected to the drive. So the drive isn't just someone's personal documents. It's connected to a larger body of classified material. The evidence potentially includes information about the Indonesia operation, the people involved, and what actually happened there. And that's why its contents could be devastating. Why doesn't the CIA simply destroy it? This is another fascinating part of the mystery. If the CIA knows the drive exists, why don't they simply find it and destroy it? Because the situation is more complicated. Different groups appear to have different interests. Some want the information suppressed. Others want it exposed. And some simply want to use the information as leverage. That's why Reacher keeps encountering different teams of highly trained operators. They're not necessarily all working for the same person. In episode 4, the existence of multiple groups becomes even clearer as Reacher and his allies find themselves caught between competing forces. This is why Reacher's investigation becomes so dangerous. He's not fighting one enemy. He's walking into a conflict involving multiple factions. What does the drive have to do with Ben? Anna's son Ben Merrick is another major part of the mystery. After Anna dies, Ben disappears. And people searching for the drive are also looking for him. That immediately suggests that Ben may know something. Perhaps Anna told him something. Perhaps he knows where the drive is. Or perhaps the people hunting him simply believe he can lead them to it. Either way, Ben's disappearance turns the case into something much more personal for Reacher. Anna wasn't simply protecting herself. She was also trying to protect her son. And that's one reason her death becomes so tragic. Is Samson the villain? Not necessarily. That's one of the major twists in the season. At first, everything points toward Samson. He has a military past. He's connected to Indonesia. He's running for higher office. And Lila believes he's responsible for terrible things. But Reacher doesn't simply accept Lila's story. He investigates. And what he discovers makes the situation much more complicated. Samson may have been involved in the Indonesia operation, but that doesn't automatically mean he committed the crimes being alleged. The real question is, what did Samson know, and what did the people around him do? That's what the drive may finally answer. Why is the drive so dangerous? Because information can be more powerful than a weapon. Think about what happens if the files become public. A presidential candidate could have his political career destroyed. Military officials could face exposure. Secret operations could become public. People involved in past atrocities could be identified. And the government could be forced to explain what happened. That's why people are willing to kill for a tiny piece of technology. The physical drive is worth almost nothing. The information on it is priceless. What does Reacher want to do with it? Reacher isn't interested in selling the drive. He isn't interested in using it to blackmail Samson. He wants to know the truth. That's always been one of Reacher's defining characteristics. If someone has been murdered, he wants to know why. If someone is lying, he wants to know what they're hiding. And if innocent people were killed, he wants the people responsible to face consequences. So Reacher's objective is simple. Find the drive.
Find out what's on it.
Find out who is responsible. And then decide what should happen next. The bigger meaning of the drive. The flash drive is more than a MacGuffin. It's the physical representation of the season's central mystery. Everybody wants it. But everyone wants it for a different reason. Lila wants the truth exposed. The people behind the conspiracy want the truth buried. The CIA wants to control the situation. The mercenaries want to retrieve it. And Reacher wants to understand what happened. That makes the drive the perfect object for this story. It's small. It's portable. It's easy to hide. but the information inside could completely change the lives of everyone connected to it. Final answer. So, what's on the drive in Reacher Season 4? The drive contains highly classified government and military information connected to the controversial Indonesia operation involving John Sampson and other military figures. Anna Merrick had access to this information because her security clearance was far higher than her apparent HR job suggested. She was apparently trying to get evidence into the hands of Lila Hoth so the allegations could be exposed. But Anna died before the transfer could be completed. Now Reacher is caught in a race between several groups trying to find the missing drive. And the biggest twist is that the drive isn't valuable because of the device itself. It's valuable because of what the files could prove. If the information confirms the allegations surrounding the Indonesia operation, it could expose powerful people and potentially destroy John Sampson's political ambitions. That's why people are killing for it. And that's why Reacher can't simply walk away. Because somewhere inside that tiny drive may be the answer to the entire mystery, what really happened in Indonesia, and who has spent decades